So you may have seen that Microsoft have announced an event which they're running on LinkedIn on the 16th of September around the wave 2 of Copilot. So I blogged about this recently this morning. We don't know too much about what Microsoft is going to disclose, but we do know that it's coming up to a year since Microsoft Copilot was officially released, and the roadmap is getting quite packed with features, many of which have been delayed over the last couple of months. So I think what we're going to see is a lot of the things in the Microsoft roadmap come to life. We also know we're going to see some rebranding of the products. Microsoft are famous for rebranding their products. They do this kind of every year. You would have seen this recently with things like Azure AD being renamed to Entra ID. But I think the renaming for some of the Copilot services are needed. It gets a little bit complicated. There's various different Copilots for different products. There's a free version of Copilot. There's a paid commercial version of Copilot, which was Bing Enterprise Chat. And then, of course, there's the Copilot products within the core Office 365 suite. And then there's Copilot that sits within, for example, Dynamic Sales and Service and other aspects as well. So the naming will just help us understand those things. There'll definitely be some new things. So I'm aware of some of these things. I can't disclose them, but there will definitely be some new things which we haven't seen that will come to Copilot. And there's a whole heap of things that we expect improvements for. So Copilot in Excel has been in preview for a year. That should come into production with some new features as well. I'm expecting to see some updates to PowerPoint because PowerPoint is still probably the worst performing aspect when it comes to Copilot. And then there's things like Teams Copilot or Copilot Teams, which is really about building a Copilot that is there to serve a team purpose rather than Copilot for 365, which is more of a personal assistant. The other thing I'm really hoping to see is some updates for Copilot Pro. So Copilot Pro is the consumer version of Copilot, which provides the same levels of integration into the Microsoft 365 estate, but does have some limitations when comparing to Copilot for Microsoft 365, for example. So the event is on the 16th of September. It's half an hour. I do think there'll be more than just name updates, as you saw above. The registration for this is below on this LinkedIn page, which is in the comments just there. And if you have a look at the Microsoft 365 roadmap, which I'm just showing you now, there are a lot of things that are currently in development, some of which have been there for a while. Some of these have got quite a late announcement, but you'll see here some of the preview dates are quite early. So I do think we're going to see some of these things. I'm hoping we might see some things around GPT 4.0 or even additional language models. I'd hope to see some value being brought into the new realm of devices. So a lot of the new Copilot Plus PCs that run with the Snapdragon MPUs. So lots of stuff. I'm not going to run through all the roadmap with you now, but check out the event. Should be really interesting. Certainly going to give us some innovation thoughts into what's coming next with Copilot. Thanks for watching.